So I want to provide a little bit of context for this upcoming hunt. Basically, I just went up on a nice south-facing slope ridge. It's got a high deer density in that area, and bucks often will bed there as well. But the hunt was really cold, and so my battery and my camera was dying. I started seeing deer right away. It wasn't long before a couple does came through, and then I think it was like the second deer I saw was this buck. And yeah, I'll kind of let the hunt unfold from there. It is December 20th. My camera's dying because it's so cold. But I can hear deer walking in the snow, so we'll see what happens. Alright. My GoPro died. And my big camera. His battery is also kind of dying. There's a pretty big buck bedded about 65 yards from me. He came up on this ridge and bedded down immediately. He's limping pretty good. So I'm assuming he's got injured in the rut, or maybe he got shot back in gun season. But it's so early, I would imagine he's gonna get up and mill around at some point today. And he's definitely in the wheelhouse of getting shot. I just saw it briefly and it looks like a pretty big buck, so we'll see what happens. The problem is, usually a ton of deer bed up on this ridge. I'm kind of worried that more deer are gonna come up here and maybe one of them will bust me, but my wind is perfect right now. I wanted to come to this spot in particular because it's a south-facing ridge, and this morning is a bright sunny day, so the sun is actually gonna hit it. And I just know in years past that bucks like to bed on this ridge. When that's the case, it's 18 degrees this morning too. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully we get a shot at him. He's right there. Real. It has finally broke the ice only after 5 years. Oh my word. He's like 6 yards when I shot him. My camera battery was dead. I put it in my pocket. I had 4 does come up from the bottom and he stood up, and I quick put my camera battery in my camera, and the does all came straight downwind of me and he followed in right behind him. Gave me a perfect shot here at like, I don't know, a couple yards. He's not a super mature deer, but he's a nice buck. This spot is so good late season with it being a south-facing slope. It's only 15-acre property, but so many deer bed right on this point that I got to this morning. If you can find that, man, it can just be an amazing, amazing sit. Definitely not my biggest deer ever, but man, the way it went down this morning was just fantastic. And the fact I was able to get the camera going and get footage of everything, that's just a blessing from God for sure. So I called Isaiah, he's gonna come get me, and we'll get a recovery up here. But that's pretty neat. It's freezing cold. It's like, I don't even know, it's probably 15 degrees, 18 degrees this morning. Big cold front came in. I can see blood from impact. Obviously I watched him drop, but. All right guys, so I just got down. It's about a little after 8. Anyway, obviously we know the deer's dead. Isaiah's here to help me. I don't know what else to say. This ridge is great. Like I said before, if you can get a south-facing slope, you see it's pretty steep here, but you see all the sunlight that's hitting here, and deer love the bed here. They can see everything and then get that thermal benefit. But anyway, the deer was about 7 yards when I shot him right here.
It was really, really close.
So yeah, there's a lot of blood. There's the broadhead, really nice shape.
Yeah.
That's good. I'll put that in there so no one steps on it. You can tell it's really cold too, the blood is freezing.
I didn't go anywhere. Boom.
Boom. I don't recognize him. I wasn't sure what deer he is. I'd say he's probably like a 2-year-old. You know, sometimes you just gotta shoot deer and have fun. And that's what we did this morning, so. All right guys, so here he is. Initially when he was bedded, I thought I recognized what deer this is. It became more and more apparent as he got closer that I had no idea what deer this was. Just the way it went down this morning was super cool, watching him coming in and bedding. You know, it's December 20th here in Ohio, and I don't have a great late season option. But this one here, I just knew with this ridge top and stuff that deer like the bed. And just the way the hunt came together today, I just couldn't pass up the opportunity to shoot this buck. I think it's been 5 years since I've shot a buck, which has been a long drought for me. And I've logged tons of hours. And man, I've seen a lot bigger deer this year, but I'm super proud to get behind this deer and bring this season to an end in this way on gun season with a bow is pretty cool as well. So yeah, super stoked. Maybe we'll try to get a doe down or something later on this year, but for right now, I'm gonna be taking a little break over the holidays and enjoying time with family. So appreciate you guys watching, and I'm sure we'll see you guys at some point. Who knows? All right, just got to my stand. It's about 4:40. I got to get up in here pretty quick. All right, so we just had a massive cold front come through Ohio. It hit Sunday night, and the temperatures obviously dropped, but we had just a ton of snowfall. We got about 12 inches. With that change in temperature, the deer have been moving pretty good. There's a lot of does in this area. We were seeing a lot of deer earlier in the season and during the rut. We'd passed up a lot of does, Isaiah and I both. And now we're hit the late season, and the food source just isn't here to really hold them. There's like no does like coming into bow range of where our stand is at, and I'm pretty limited with where I can hunt on this piece. So Isaiah and I talked. We just decided to dump some corn out here and just to try to shoot a doe off of it, just to thin down the numbers. There's a lot of deer in here. We need to start shooting some does. So that's the goal this evening. We'll see what happens. Beautiful evening. It's freezing cold. 12 inches of snow. I love hunting in the snow, so hopefully we see some deer. I'm starting to get kind of frustrated every time I hunt up here. It's like it was supposed to be 11-mile-an-hour winds. It's like was crazy. I was literally doing my interview about how the deer don't show up here when it's windy, and this doe runs right underneath me. That's crazy, crazy fun hunt. Yeah, she went down right there. That was pretty fast. I think the shot was pretty good. I need to watch the footage back. Maybe a touch back. I had to hold it for a while. But I can see blood right there, and yeah. Looks like we got a big doe down, so we'll go get her. Yes. There was a whole bunch of deer coming too, but if I've learned one thing in deer hunting, you get a chance, you gotta take it while you have it. And I'm happy it's over quick. I'm so cold right now. Oh, it's gotta be like 10 degrees with like 10 or 15 mile an hour winds up here. I was right in that tree right there, and the deer actually came right underneath me while I was talking. That was kind of crazy, but she was right at around 25 yards. I can see my Luminoc glowing up here, so let's see what it looks like. I think she was quartering too slightly, and so yeah, I probably got like one lung and liver, but it looks pretty good. Full pass through. Nice open broadhead. I'll just stick the arrow here. Do you smell me? Do you smell a deer, huh? Good pooches, good pooches. I always love coming home from a hunt, and the dogs can always smell if I got a deer, and they get so excited. So I didn't film the recovery. She ended up going on to the neighbors. She ended up dying only about 30 yards across the line, but I gave the neighbor a text, and he gave me permission to go get her. So yeah, we recovered her. The shot wasn't as good as I was hoping. In the footage, the deer was quartered to a little bit more, and I was a little bit further back than I was hoping. And so it was more of a liver hit, so we had to give her some time before recovering her. So, but anyway, yeah, she went about, I don't know, she was probably pushing 200 yards, give or take. I think that's gonna bring my season to a wrap. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed the video. I know I really enjoyed making it, and obviously hunting is one of my passions, so I enjoy doing that. This season was a great year for us. You know, we had some good hunts out in North Dakota, and then back here in Ohio, I was able to get that buck and another doe, obviously, and then Isaiah was also able to tag a really nice whitetail and gun season as well. So, you know, it was a fun season. Thanks for coming along and being supporters and watching the video. Have a good one.